Hello, my name is CL, Capitaine Lazar on Twitter, or Capitaine Joe, rather. I am going to be here voicing people, and mostly
Wow.
Marvis. Mostly Marvis, if we're being honest. Also, just
Hi, my name is Jonaya. I am going to be voicing the narration, Tagora, and Lynera.
Hi, I'm Tex, also known as King Spirals. I'm going to be voicing Tyrona, Stelza, and am I going to be doing Wanshi again? Or
Yeah.
okay, good. Wanshi. There you go.
Hey, I'm Bucky. I'm not sure who I'm gonna be voicing, but I'm just gonna be filling in for
You're doing
places
Zephyrus.
if I need. I'm doing Zephyrus. I fucking forgot. Okay, cool.
Hello, I'm Uber the Man. I'll be voicing the weeaboo man Tegiri, the bane of my existence.
And I'm Anna, aka Articulate Composed. You all know me. You're on my channel. Today I'm going to be voicing Joey, Tizius, Daria, and... was that it?
Bronya, right?
Yeah, and Bronya. How could I forget Bronya? She was the first one I ever voiced.
hey, welcome to the trial of Lil Darai What's a Fucking.
The prosecution is prepped and ready, Your Honourable Tyranny. The prosecution will now show the courts that Daria Jonjet stole filthy rainbow drinker contraband from the Jade Lockers, defiled it, and acted like a degenerate criminal just in general. The prosecution will now call to the stands their first witness.
Whoa! Slow down, Speedy McGee. You haven't given these itty-bitty low-bloods an opportunity to get a word in.
Oh, of course, Your Honor. How rude of me.
Hey, Joe. Who are you calling up as your first witness?
Me?
Yes, are you deaf? Quick, you're holding up the court.
This will set the whole tone of the trial. It's a big decision. Tizius, what do you think?
This is your show. My role is merely, advisory.
Okay, how about...
Take that!
Tirona.
Nice choice.
But you promised I wouldn't have to testify!
I never actually said that. Don't worry, I won't ask you anything incriminating.
Plus, give me strength.
Time's a ticking, bitches.
I'll talk! Look, I'm not really comfortable doing this. I prefer to work behind the scenes, if you know what I mean.
Naturally. Like the great Terologian of the dire Empress's troll Thomas Hobbes once said, teal bloods are better never seen nor heard. That is how you know the Empire is thriving. Efficiently, decisively, lethally, on the back of our invisible labor. But we are not here to talk about you. We are here to talk about the unfortunate melodramatic afflictions typical of our cloistered sisters, so stay on topic.
Look, I don't know what you think I saw.
If you saw nothing, then you have nothing to lose by telling us the truth.
Are you kidding? This is a courtroom. I have everything to lose by telling the truth. Like my life.
In normal circumstances, that's true. But we're running a little experiment here.
An experiment?
Yeah, a kinder, gentler make of trial. We're practicing a policy of innocent until proven guilty.
Gasp! That sounds almost blasphemous.
We know how to have fun, don't we, Your Honorable Tyranny?
Yeah, no need to be afraid, buddy. Come and prove your innocence.
Oh, well, you see, it was a total accident that I found the missing pages. Not that I knew the pages were missing, that is. I mean, at the time I didn't even know that the Jades were carrying around a forbidden book. I thought they were arguing about some silly woman's novel. Not that I overheard their argument. Not explicitly. I'm not the kind of creep who would just listen on a private conversation on purpose or anything. I just never seen one in real life before. But I'm not a stalker!
She seems so nervous. I bet she knows something important.
There's a couple tools in the legislator's docket you can use for effective trial. If the witness says something suspicious, confusing, or just plain weird, you can press them for more info. Or, if the witness makes a statement you can dispute with concrete evidence, you can present that evidence to the court. But you've got to put some thought into the evidence you're presenting. If you present something that has nothing to do with the case, you'll just piss off the court. It won't work if you present your evidence on the wrong statement either. Mess it up too much, and you'll bore His Honorable Tyranny and the trial gets thrown out. So, if you ever get stuck, just press the hint button and I'll help you out.
Wow, that sounds pretty exciting. I'll give it a shot. Okay, Torona, take it from the top.
Well, you see, it was a total accident that I found the missing pages.
Take that! Was it an accident?
Yes?
What kind of accident was it exactly?
Oh my. Is this a subject we should be broaching in front of everyone?
Objection!
What?
Your Honourable Tyranny, the courts must dispute this line of questioning on the grounds that it is both baseless and lurid.
Huh? Wait?
A legislator must always ask questions with the precision of a scalpel making an incision between the occipital and temporal lobes. I taught you better than this.
You didn't teach me at all!
Not that I knew the pages were missing, that is. I mean, at the time I didn't even know that the Jades were carrying around a forbidden book. I thought they were arguing about some silly woman's novel.
Take that!
So you're saying the book is forbidden?
Objection!
What now?
His Honourable Tyranny, the court would like to submit that the defence is stalling for time. This is a tactic subject to immediate minstrel and potential culling under Article... I can't read Roman numerals, of the Intergalactic Imperial Doctrine on Internal Protocol.
Only if you get caught.
I'm not stalling, I'm just still not clear on why the book is banned. I read the ripped up pages, and they're not any racier than the stuff my babysitter leaves lying around the house sometimes.
Oh dear, oh no dear, don't tell me you actually read excerpts of these nasty rainbow drinker fantasies. Your Honourable Tyranny, this is outright heresy. This cannot be allowed to stand.
Actually, according to Article VIXXVII, Subject 4 of the Troll Magna Carta, it is absolutely permitted for anyone involved in a trial of this nature to view subversive content for purposes of legal clarification.
Are you absolutely sure of that, darling?
Yeah, of course I am. But I also could just be making up numbers off the top of my head and you'd never know. Like I said, it's only against the law if you get caught. That's what makes it so fun.
You will be the end of me, I swear.
Not that I overheard their argument. Not explicitly. I'm not the kind of creep who would just listen on a private conversation on purpose or anything. I just never seen one in real life before. But I'm not a stalker.
Take that!
We never called you a stalker.
Of course not. I just meant that a stalker is what you would call me. If it turned out I've been doing something creepy like following around a bunch of strangers I just met on a train.
Zephyros, does she sound more nervous than usual to you?
Maybe we should try presenting some evidence?
Good idea. Let's think carefully about this. What's something that only the Jades had on them that someone would find embarrassing to be caught with?
Take that!
Take this! You know what this is.
What? I have never seen anything like that before in my life.
You've never seen a magazine?
That's right! And there's nothing you can do to prove that I have. It's not like you could mind control me.
She's obviously lying. What do I do?
She just told you. Use mind control.
The thing we don't have?
Most legislators lack psychic powers, and we still get the job done. That's the thing. Mind control isn't magic. It's simply the art of using TK to trigger chemical responses in the victim's brain. The same chemicals can easily be hijacked with words instead. You figured out the motive. Now, bring home the intent.
I've never seen a magazine before in my life. And there's nothing you could do to prove that I have. You can't even mind control me into saying otherwise. Face it, Littlewood. You've got nothing on me.
She's kind of right. Unless she tells the truth, we don't have anything.
We have more than you think. You talked to all these assholes before the trial, too. Use your memory. I'll bet that all of them told you something they shouldn't have.
Wait. Zephyros, didn't you say something before about having never seen one in real life earlier? I think it's safe to say she didn't actually mean a magazine. Is it really that unusual for jades to leave their caves?
I mean, for the cloistered ones, yeah. But there are non-cloistered jades, too.
So she was talking about something else. I wonder what she meant.
I've never seen a magazine before in my life.
Take that!
How is it even possible you've never seen a magazine?
Yes, now the subject has been so disruptively slapped on the table like this, I must concur. Magazines are very common objects. I find it especially strange that a hopeful recruit to the terrible order of prospective editors is so ignorant about the history of regurgitated tree pulp media, which, as we all know, was once the cornerstone of our cast's power base.
Ah! Yes, I know all about the grand old days when the Teal Boys had to pulp the paper to create the historical record with their own mouths. Why are you being all so prescriptivist and literal? I was obviously being facetious.
Olameo, why would you ever try to be facetious in front of a room full of teals? On the stand, a flippant exaggeration can be the deciding factor in a guilty verdict. Maybe you want to rephrase your statement?
Okay, fine. I do have some knowledge regarding the existence of magazines, but I have never seen that one.
Take that!
But you have seen some magazines?
Are you going to ask different questions, or can I go now?
Sorry, I'm just trying to establish the facts.
This one has already been thoroughly established. Please, let it go.
And there's nothing you could do to prove that I have.
Take that! Objection!
Objection. There is something I can do.
Oh no! What is it?
Oh, well,
Did you just yell objection without thinking about what you would say first?
Look, it's really fun.
You can't even mind control me into saying otherwise.
You're right, I can't mind control you. But I could find someone who can use mind control.
Oh, damn! Now it's getting spicy.
You wouldn't.
I don't know, can we do that?
Theoretically, yes. As far as I know, it's not against protocol. Your Honorable Tyranny?
Yo, someone make this happen.
Wait. I'm gonna overrule this one.
Tysius, my dear, please. This is torturing me. We were supposed to be on vacation.
Yeah, we're all on a 9-sweet vacation on Alternia right now. You have the rest of your life to serve the Empire, Stealth. Why don't we just chill out and see where this goes?
Oh, darling. As always, you're right. Your Honorable Tyranny kindly cancel that order to requisition an immoral psychic. We will solve this mystery with nothing but wit and intuition.
What did I tell you?
Huh?
Mind control.
You know, I'm not entirely sure what just happened, but I don't think I can use that technique on Torona.
Not the exact same technique, no. But you just need to figure out what it is about that magazine that makes her tick.
Sounds easier said than done.
Okay, fine. I do have some knowledge regarding the existence of magazines, but I have never seen that one.
What's the holdup?
Do you think I'm on the right track?
I think that what's going on here is extremely obvious.
Of course you do. I've never had to be a legislacerator before.
Look, think about it logically. There's only a limited number of reasons Torona would want the magazine. Should be easy to narrow them down. Great. Who was she reminded of?
Take that!
Oh, I think I get it now.
I told you it was obvious.
You know, don't you think Lank looks like one of the boys on this cover?
Ugh.
You mean Arceus?
Aha, so you do know what the magazine is about. You were lying.
Of course I was lying! Who doesn't know who hatched dance are?
Yes, have you not heard? They were hatched only to dance and are very good at it.
H2D is the hottest group on the planet. In fact, they're so popular, they've already been pre-approved for cushy military positions when they hit night sweeps, so they can continue their musical careers while serving the Empire. Well, except for... Oops! I've said too much!
No, you haven't. Keep going.
I don't want to believe it was true, but there's a rumor that Arceus is going to get cold soon. He's been dissing Twizz's selfies on Twitter, so she's gonna send WhatsApp to him after the next gig. It's not fair.
Is this going somewhere?
It's just that, you see, Arceus is my bias.
You're what?
He's my bias.
Ah, everything is clear now. Actius is her waifu.
Huh?
That means he's her favorite.
Yes, I see now.
Just as a warrior cannot reveal his waifu except to true comrades or true rivals. A member of the Hatch to Dance battalion cannot let their bias slip accidentally. To do so would be as foolish as baring your neck to an enemy.
A male Jadeblood. You don't see one of those every day.
So you were following Bronya and her friends around because Lank looked like your favorite singer?
I mean, well, only a little bit. And I was hoping to get my hands on that magazine article for my self-torture scrapbook. But I saw Lynera confiscated it shortly after we boarded, and I didn't want to get caught breaking into her locker. So, when I saw someone smuggling paper into the locator, I thought...
Hold up. You saw who stashed the pages in the bathroom?
I didn't exactly see it, per se. The train was under the mountain at the time.
Wait, did we go through a tunnel? If we did, I guess it must have been when we were in the first car. There were so many people I couldn't see out the windows.
If that's true, then we have an exact timeline for the crime, don't we?
You're right! Thank you, Torona. Your testimony really helped us out.
In that case... Can I go now?
Yeah, buddy. Scuttle along.
Interesting.
She was talking about your friend's party, right, Zephyros?
It sounds like Cardia's party is gonna be a mess. But from what I know, Damek and Cardia have been up to. H2D drama is the last reason Trissa would have her place raided.
Well, we have to focus on the trial right now or we're going to be stuck in this car forever. I think it's time to talk to Little Miss Camp Counselor.
Well chosen.
Bronya, you're up next. If that's what you want. I already told you that I won't speak against my girls.
And Lank.
And Lank.
Yes, caste loyalty is a laudable attribute in any loyal subject of the Empire. However, in this case, silence may be more damning than any testimony you could give.
What do you mean?
I have in my hands a personal note scrub which happened to be running at the precise moment that your group's adorable little schism kicked up.
Wow.
Your Honourable Tyranny, the prosecution would like to submit in lieu of testimony the defendant's own words.
Is that allowed?
In court, my dude, anything goes if it pleases the judge.
Yeah, this tickle me entertainment globes.
It's your choice, Miss Bronya. Test your wits against two completely untrained legislators participating in a fast trial, or put your faith in the truth. But I warn you, the truth is a cleansing light more powerful than the sun, and I don't think you're a rainbow drinker.
Nice one, Stealth. I'm all Twitter-pated.
Thanks. I stole the one from you, darling.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's so good.
So what's it gonna be, champ?
Very well. We will play the recording.
Oh no, this is bad. Or is it bad? I can't tell.
Hard to tell either way. Unlike the last witness, you won't be able to fluster them with incriminating evidence. Anything you present must be absolutely and without a doubt irrefutable.
Would everyone just calm down?
We are calm. The only one pitching a fit here is Lynera, as usual.
I am not pitching a fit. I'm trying to help Bronya keep everyone in order.
Lynera, stop. Really? Because what it sounds like is you're kicking up a mob to get me culled. I should have known the second we were out of the cave you'd try to get me thrown off the train, you backstabbing little bitch.
No one will have to throw anyone off any trains if you just tell us where the book is.
I don't have to say shit about shit.
Daria.
Please, just tell us what happened to the book. If you say that you're innocent, I promise to believe you. But you have to say something. I'm not dignifying anything that comes out of that brown-nosing, pathetic ignorance gash.
Lynera's ignorance of gashes is, as always, what's caused this entire mess.
What is that supposed to mean?
Lank, Daria, don't gang up on her. Why the fuck not? She's trying to get you to gang up on me. I didn't even want to come on this stupid field trip. Can't you see this is a set?
There, now we've all heard it. Bronya herself, in her own words, suspected that Daria was the one who defiled the book.
I think that's an oversimplification of a very complicated situation.
What does Bronya think? Well, that says it all.
It does sound pretty clear-cut. But it's obvious that Bronya was just trying to stop the argument at any cost.
Totally, but that sort of freeform psychological analysis doesn't fly in court. Listen again. There'll be a detail that stands out, I promise.
Would everyone just calm down?
Take that!
Wait, why did you tell Lynera to stop?
It's because she got her nose permanently stuck up Bronya's nook.
I do not.
And she's a dreadful liar.
That's not gonna serve you well off, Planet Kid.
That's fine. I'm never going off planet. I plan to serve as a midwife to the Mother Crud, as is befitting a proper member of our cast.
Well, you know being a midwife isn't even fucking real.
Yes, it is.
Yeah? When's the last time you saw one, then?
They're cloistered. We're not supposed to see them.
Drown me.
Is the defense going somewhere with this?
Upon reflection, I guess not.
Really?
Take that!
Wait, stop the tape.
Yes.
Bronya, you actually think Daria did it, don't you?
Congratulations. You've accurately gleaned from context where I was going with this. However, I failed to see how this observation serves your case. If we are all in agreement that Daria did it, then why are we wasting time on this ridiculous charade?
Oh, is the trial over already? Damn, it was just getting interesting.
No.
Might want to think a bit harder before pressing a statement next time, kiddo.
Yeah, thanks for that well-timed advice.
No problem.
I'm not dignifying anything that comes out of that brown-nosing, pathetic ignorance gash.
Take that!
Ugh, you're all awful to each other.
It's because we're ever such close friends.
Are you sure about that?
That's just how friendship is sometimes.
Is that how your best friend talks to you?
Oh, well, this isn't about me. But, you know, I even saw Lynera and Lank holding hands a little while ago.
I think there's something else here we're missing. Would everyone just calm down?
Zephyr said he saw Lynera and Lank holding hands a little while ago, which is pretty wild. You should scope out your evidence and see what that lines up with illicit hand-holding.
Take that!
Wait. Before continuing, I would like the court to examine Bronya's itinerary for the trip.
Oh, let's see it then.
Objection! Objection! Your Honourable Tyranny, I don't see what relevance this line of inquiry has to the case. This feels suspiciously like stalling for time.
What's wrong, Stealth? I thought you liked a tight itinerary.
Zizi, no! Don't air out our laundry like that in a public court!
Keep your shirt on, babe. I meant it literally. Bronya here was the one who established the initial timeline for the case. Don't you want to make sure she's dotted all the proverbial I's and slashed all the metaphorical T's?
Sigh. You know that I have a weakness for grammatic punctuationlessness and, well, facetiousness in general.
Yeah, that's why I've carefully pressed hidden coffee rings into every notebook you own.
Oh, you really know how to wrinkle my pressed collars.
Love to see this kind of stuff.
Please, you didn't even let me explain. If you look at the first item of the itinerary, you'll find reference to the term accountability buddy.
Oh, what's an accountability buddy?
Well, that's when friends learn about being responsible together. Responsibility is a very...
She makes us hold hands every time we go anywhere together.
Oh, that's...
Humiliating? Yes. If I never have to feel Lynera's clammy, sweaty palms in mine again, it would be too soon.
Hey.
So you're saying that Lynera was your accountability buddy?
Unfortunately.
Which would make Wanchi Daria's.
Oh yes, we always have so much fun together.
No, we don't. Bronya, I want to be absolutely clear on where everyone was and when. Can you tell us about your accountability buddy system in a little more detail?
Well, I don't see how it could hurt.
I assure you, assignment of accountability buddies is standard practice. Our cloister does not currently experience the kind of problems that would cause me to be suspicious of my friends. There is no special reason behind it, besides as a way to keep track of special duties. And since you asked, I can confirm that the accountability buddy pair-ups on this trip were 1. Lank and Lynera, 2. Wanchi and Daria. These were decided by Lynera and I ahead of time. Have I answered all of your questions? To be honest, not really. Would you mind going over all that again? Oh, of course. It would be my pleasure to waste as much of your time as possible. I assure you.
Take that!
Wait, didn't you tell me earlier that you had a friend who was,
Cold?
Well, yes, I suppose I did tell you that. You said it was because of this series, too.
I told you that as well, yes. That was several sweeps ago, however. But in my testimony, I said that we do not
Currently experience any problems that would give me cause to be suspicious of my friends. Okay, but don't you think that's kind of an important detail?
If you insist, assignment of accountability buddies is standard practice. Our cloister does not currently experience the kind of problems that would cause me to be suspicious of my friends. However, several sweeps ago, a friend of mine had an incident which led to her being culled.
Take that!
Will you describe the, incident that led to your friend getting culled?
I'd rather not rehash my tragic backstory.
Oh man, this story is a huge downer.
Gosh, maybe you're right. No, that's okay, Bronya. I'm sorry for bringing it up again. It was insensitive of me.
Thank you. You're being too nice.
Thanks.
That wasn't a compliment, Joey.
There is no special reason behind it, besides as a way to keep track of special duties.
Take that!
What kind of special duties? By special duties, I mean completely normal responsibilities, like 1. Handing out the snacks. 2. Taking care of the locker key. 3. Doing bed checks. 4. Keeping track of the luggage. 5. Leading the travel games and group sing-alongs. 6. Etc.
You don't trust your friends to keep track of those things on their own?
Of course I do. It's just that everything is more fun if you're doing it with a buddy, even the morning chores. Since they're completely normal responsibilities, could you add them to your testimony?
Certainly.
Take that!
Wait, what kind of travel games and group sing-alongs?
Well, just the old standards, I suppose. Like Drones and Defects, Guess the Subversive, Long Live the Empress.
We sing old imperial hymns and eldritch sea shanties.
You do. I mostly do my nails. Even Lynera spends most of her time listening to H2D these days.
I like the production.
This is starting to sound disconcertingly like holidays back home. And since you asked, I can confirm that the accountability buddy pair-ups on this trip were 1. Lank and Lynera, 2. Wanchi and Daria. These were decided by Lynera and I ahead of time.
Take that!
Wait, is there any significance behind the pair-ups you chose?
No.
What do the rest of you have to say about that?
Well...
Objection! The rest of you are not currently on the stand.
They've been interjecting the whole time and you haven't complained yet.
Because it wasn't advantageous for her to complain until now. I'm impressed, Dulce. You've got it in you after all.
Must I remind you that the job of an auditera is to investigate lapses of judgment and decorum within the deepest and most secretive bowels of the Empire. We are the ones who decide the fates of legislaturators who lose their way. We have to be at least twice as canny, if not half as brutal.
I'll have to watch my back once we're off planet.
Well, not if I watch it for you, sweetheart.
Wow. Was that an innuendo? I know this trial would awaken things in you.
Lamau, this quadrant vacillation is whack.
I don't understand what any of that meant, but can we get back on track? There is no significance behind the accountability buddy pair-ups, and that is all I'll say on the matter. Assignment of accountability buddies is standard practice. Our cloister does not currently experience the kind of problems that would cause me to be suspicious of my friends.
Sounds like there's an accountability buddy pair that had access to the lockers. Show off the locker key and check who did it when the book was stolen.
Take that!
Wait, did you say that the accountability pair-ups were responsible for taking care of the locker keys? Yes. Aha!
What now?
Torona said that she saw the thief stealing into the bathroom. It says here in your itinerary that the key was with Lynera and Lank from 1515 to 1545, but Torona saw the thief make off with the book while the train was going under a tunnel at 1540. So, it means Daria had no way to get into the locker during the time frame the book was stolen, meaning that she must be innocent. Right? That's right, isn't it? Why isn't anyone saying anything?
And I must vigorously reiterate.
Huh?
Is that really the conclusion you've drawn from the evidence presented? With this rich tapestry of potential indiscretion laid bare before you?
Yes?
Incredible. Oh, Tysius, this is exhilarating. Why didn't you tell me? The pure jolt of adrenaline that one feels when seeing a wrinkle in someone's argument and preparing to decisively, irrecoverably, methodically iron it out.
Stop drawing it out, Stills. You're making a mockery of the court.
I'm not the one making a mockery of this sacred institution. Your so-called defense can't possibly be taking this seriously. Observe the condition in which the locker was discovered. The thief used force to obtain their quarry. All you've done is prove your client's guilt. What a clever rhetorical feint will you whisper in your protege's ear this time, Tysius?
Wonderful question. What do you have to say for yourself, my trusty protege?
Well, we don't know how the locker was broken into, so we can't prove anything definitively yet. Right?
Wrong. We do, in fact, possess the means of burglary. What do you have to say for your clients now?
Oh no, Joey. Maybe Jiraiya did do it after all.
No. We can't give up just like that.
You know, we just met like half an hour ago. No offense, but it's weird how invested you are in this.
It's not right.
Tough shit.
Excuse me, everyone? Why are you fighting me when I'm trying to help you?
But I'm just saying, this seems more like a personal problem than anything to do with me.
So what if it is? I don't like this kangaroo court. I don't like seeing people get taken advantage of for the amusement of others. I'm going to blow this case open wide and prove the truth, no matter what.
An admirable goal. But how do you intend to do that? The issue is so cut and dry. Surely you don't happen to miraculously have an item in your possession that suggests another culprit?
I might.
Take that!
What about this?
Stop embarrassing yourself.
I wonder.
Take that!
How about this?
What are you doing?
Take that!
Maybe this will change your mind?
Yawn.
Hey, this time, I have it for sure. Please, can I?
Your honorable tyranny, I think we're finished here.
I think you might be right, buddy.
Wait,
A little disappointed, to be honest. Thought it would be a better show than this.
don't
It's alright. Let's go.
sigh. Wait! Attention, everyone! Before we do anything hasty that we might regret later, I have a few facts to point out. 1. The lock was vandalized using a sharp cutting implement. 2. Although this could have indeed been accomplished using the nail file found in Daria's locker, there are other items aboard this train car that could achieve a similar effect. 3. For example, a bladed strife specibus. 4. There is someone sitting in the galley right now currently in possession of such an item. 5. To not consider all possibilities at this juncture would be irresponsible. Therefore, 6. I suggest the defense call this new witness to the stand.
You mean...
Tegiri?
Tagiri. This jade blood accuses you of committing the capital offense of vandalizing a sacred historical artifact, which also happens to be a piece of subversive contraband. Do you understand the gravity of this accusation? It is a double crime!
What if I did do it?
What?
Ha ha! Wild!
What? Is this a confession?
We're just talking hypotheticals here. See, the troll who committed this crime was both nimble with the blade and a true brain genius. And while I will not admit to anything that would incriminate me, based on these attributes, you're right to suspect me.
Oh my god, are we really doing this?
I must defend my honor. I wouldn't expect a low blood to understand.
We're the same blood caste, you absolute dumbass.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to her.
Joey's not gonna rise to some weak bait like...
Just try me.
Let the games begin. Let's engage in a thought experiment. Let's say I did it. Let's say we are having a deeply intellectual exchange of free speech, in which the possibility of my participation in such an act would not result in prosecution. In such a model, one might say that this crime could not have been accomplished with a third-rate specimen such as a nail file. The cut is too elegant to have been inflicted by a plebeian using feminine grooming tool. In theory.
Huh?
Okay.
Are you satisfied that the current witness is obviously trolling the court?
Well, yeah, aren't we all, trolls here?
We sure are.
Sigh. Anyway, something is still bugging me. Let's go over it again, from the top.
If you insist, let's engage in a thought experiment. Let's say I did it. Let's say we are having a deeply intellectual exchange of free speech, in which the possibility of my participation in such an act would not result in prosecution.
Take that!
But why?
It is the duty of a philosopher to ask questions.
No, why should we guarantee that you won't get prosecuted? Promising that you won't face consequences for what you say is kind of like giving you special privileges.
I didn't realize this court was being run by a bunch of CJWs. Are you seriously accusing me of high blood privilege?
No, I'm accusing you of being a coward.
I see that I underestimated you. But in order to defeat me in this theoretical paradigm, you must first prove that I have the motive and the means to compensate for your natural deficiencies. I will throw you a bone and admit that in such a model one might say that this crime could not have been accomplished with a third-rate specimen such as a nail file. The cut is too elegant to have been inflicted by a plebeian using a feminine grooming tool. If you're saying that this crime was indeed a feat of agility and intellect, then it must have been committed by the most cunning warrior poet on this train. In theory...
Take that!
Stop right there.
You dare to cut me off in the middle of a sentence?
Yes, I dare. It's my right as defensive legislator.
No, it is extremely rude.
What?
Hate to break it to you, kid, but interrupting witnesses is pretty rude.
Let me get this straight. Lying, murder, blackmail, blatant contempt of court, okay. Interrupting definitely out of bounds?
Yeah, What do you think we are? Complete monsters?
In such a model, one might say that this crime could not have been accomplished with a third-rate specimen such as a nail file.
Wait, is that true? That it's not possible for the lock to have been cut by a nail file?
I don't understand. Isn't this a testimony in your favor? He is asserting that your client could not have possibly committed the crime that she is accused of.
Well, in that case, my line of inquiry benefits you, so why are you arguing?
Well, that's because she loves to argue.
I do not!
She always picks a fight about how she doesn't want to pick fights.
Are you trying to embarrass me in front of every stranger we meet on this trip?
I wonder.
The nail file is the best reinforced corundite slab on the market. It would be quite sufficient to cut through one of the cheap locks we use.
Lank, you're not helping!
I'm not trying to.
So it would be more accurate to say that it's your opinion that the lock could not have been cut by a third-rate blade, like a nail file.
You could say that.
Your honorable tyranny, this tangent is a waste of everybody's time.
Concurred. Move it along.
Much better.
I agree.
The facts don't care how you feel about them. The cut is too elegant to have been inflicted by a plebeian using a feminine grooming tool. If you're saying that this crime was indeed a feat of agility and intellect, then it must have been committed by the most cunning warrior poet on this train.
Wait, stop. Is this a confession?
Not as such. It's a dialectical experiment.
What does that even mean?
It means that he is wasting the court's time. Objection! Objection, your honorable tyranny! This entire digression is pointless.
Back on track, girl.
What do you have in your evidence pile that could prove this beta-tier nerd was lurking around the Jade Lockers?
Objection. Here, I want you to take a look at this.
It's a 1/25th injection model, polyester model of the XXIXIIV model Imperial drone last active during the Rustblood zombie rebellion of the Black Age. But, of course, everyone knows that.
I didn't, not until you told me earlier. You never did explain what you were doing near the Jade Lockers, especially since you claim to hate Jade drama so much. Could it be that you were looking for something that belonged to you?
Oh, he's beginning to sweat.
I think I'm starting to get a hang of this.
I...
What are you waiting for? Swoop in for the kill.
Of course, if it doesn't belong to you, you wouldn't mind if I tossed it out.
Wait!
Objection! Objection! Well, before you get rolling, let me save you from wasting your breath. Yes, it's very clever for you to have manufactured an anti-alibi out of thin air. But you've made one very serious logical error that I simply cannot overlook.
Oh?
Did you forget the basic conceit of this trial?
Oh. I think I might have, actually. There's so much going on, it's getting a little hard to follow.
Then let me brief you on the case so far. We are not trying to ascertain who was lurking. We are trying to figure out who broke into Bronya's locker. Even if Tegiri is the proprietor of this disgusting nerd object. How does that give him a motive?
Sweet obs from the Order Terror. I didn't cave this sword boy worth any of our time.
Once again, we arrive at the only logical conclusion based on the evidence presented. Your client is G-I-L-T-Y.
Great. No!
Now, just a minute, Stealth. Give us a chance to mount a rebuttal before gloating, wouldn't you?
Is that customary under this hip new trial process? I've never known you to postpone gloating under any circumstances.
Of course not, but we're running a lab of sorts here. What kind of experiment would let it be if we didn't test all the variables, huh?
You know just how to sweet-talk me. And how does his honorable tyranny feel about allowing the defense to mount a rebuttal?
I'll allow it. One chance. Better pick carefully, or it's game over, buddies.
Let's take another look at the evidence and see if we can figure out why Tagiri was hanging around the jade lockers.
Looks like there was a crack in the drone model that Tegiri repaired. Could be relevant.
Take that!
Are you absolutely sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure.
Well, what you got for us, Joe?
This.
Huh?
Interesting.
A few years ago, I stepped on my brother's Tiger handheld and cracked the screen. There was no way I could glue it back together. But my babysitter showed me how you can use clear nail polish to seal cracks in delicate surfaces while also preventing further damage. I mean, she didn't put it like that. She explained it that nitrocellulose dissolved in butyl acetate would form a clear, flexible varnish over the LCD screen. You can seal hairline fractures without ruining the way something looks.
Smart.
Tagiri has done nothing but mock the Jades for their delicate behavior since this case started. So he must have known one of them would have something like this in their locker.
Compelling argument, Joe. What say the witness?
I cannot confirm or deny anything.
What?
Oh my god.
What do you mean by that?
Let me explain. While your supposition asserts that the culprit in this case would have to possess advanced reflexes, refined instinct, and intelligence within the top percentile, you have only provided the material motive. You have yet to present the cognitive psychological reason to prove Miss Ursuma's accusation.
Is this something we really care about?
Of course. You are deeply thirsty for a glimpse into my dark and tortured soul.
It actually sounds like you have a pretty good idea of where you want this to go, so why don't you just tell us?
As expected of a low IQ thin blood, no sense of drama or suspense. Why would I hand you the key to my defeat? In the immortal world of the famous philosopher Patera Benter, hit me with your best shot.
Well,
This moron wants you to prove why he'd want to steal the book.
Take that!
I have something you can prove you wanted to read Fresh Teeth. I have your internet history.
How did you even get that? I mean, how is this going to help you with your case? All you're going to prove is that I am genius of the highest caliber, who spends his day exploring the literary masterwork.
Reading literary masterworks? More like reading cheap, exploitative, X-rated nonsense. I implore the court to look further at some of these searches. Female rainbow drinker pitch reader quadrant vacillation fang femdom. Bioluminescent waifu gifs 2D animated 3D PD. Female rainbow drinker hard reader herd comfort quizilla XXX suck me bone dry. Need I go further?
You are making a mockery of my intellectualism. These are searches for only the most serious of scholarly works.
Then, do you care to explain why you were searching for this weird stuff, if not to get your rocks off?
Nothing about my internet history is salacious in the least. Only a noob will call it filthy. But, inevitably, I owe you no thorough explanation, for my internet searches relate to the only most sensitive of topics, a man's waifu. And if you're forcing me to reveal my waifu without consent, well, that's essentially challenging me to a duel. Unless, of course, your waifu is shit. I'm proud to say that my waifu lives amongst the highest of echelon. Even God tier does not suffice to describe it.
It's pretty clear he didn't do it, but I'm not sure how to proceed. If we dismiss him now, Stelsa might just end the trial right there and declare Daria guilty.
Then why not just let him dig his own grave?
Because that wouldn't be right either. I don't want him getting convicted just because he's an idiot. We need to prove Daria innocent by finding the real culprit, not by throwing someone else under the bus.
Interesting take. You're adding challenge variables to my theory of defensive legislation that I hadn't even considered.
They're not challenge variables. We're here to find the truth, right?
Sure. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, exactly.
Then find the whole truth. Should be easy. Just prove that he never read Fresh Teeth.
Right. Let's take it from the top.
Nothing about my internet history is salacious in the least. Only a noob will call it filthy.
Take that!
If it's not salacious, then what is it?
It is a dark web contraband, text that the masses cannot handle. I am a lead hackster admin of the hidden virtual library, which hosts the reams of this forbidden text.
Okay, you're trying to make it sound really cool by using all these big words and being abstract and stuff, but to me it just seems like you enjoy reading naughty novels.
Plebs like you might consider it naughty, but I operate in a higher plane of existence. I understand real literature. I am an expert in all sorts of banned books, from censored cartoons to the edgiest of light novels.
So, does that include the Rainbow Emotion Saga? Like you knew about it before this whole train ride?
Of course. What kind of elite level poet warrior would I be if I weren't not aware of every single banned book that has ever been written?
That seems pretty important. I think you should mention you've been reading filthy books in your testimony.
It's not filthy, it's fine art.
Take that!
You know what was in it, right?
Indubitably.
Do you think we could trick him somehow?
Wow, getting a little underhanded, I see.
I mean, all we have to do is prove he never read Fresh Teeth, right? So let's see if he responds to something that's clearly not from that Rainbow Drinker series.
But inevitably, I owe you no thorough explanation, for my internet searches relate to the only most sensitive of topics, a man's waifu. And if you're forcing me to reveal my waifu without consent, well, that's essentially challenging me to a duel.
Take that! Objection!
Objection. Is that a threat?
It would be if I considered you worthy of unleashing my blade upon, but you're nothing but a squirming wriggler.
Actually, I'd probably be the one dueling you. How would you like to duel? I'm pretty okay at stickball, even though sometimes I get a little wild with the Q-bat.
Well, while I'm sure you're amassing some physical prowess on account of your sludgedly blood and the hand-to-mouth lifestyle of those your ink, I'm afraid an uneducated meathead such as yourself would be obliterated in a duel against me. I would not rush to such hasty provocation if I were you. My duels are duels of the mind, not of muscle.
Yeah, I guess I'm not that smart.
Weren't you just talking about using your sword on me?
It was a metaphor. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Troll philosopher Sun Tzu, Susan.
I think he's scared of you.
No way, that would be silly.
I'm proud to say that my waifu lives amongst the highest of echelon. Even God tier does not suffice to describe it.
Take that!
What makes a waifu, poop tier?
Well, you queried to the right people. First off, a good waifu must exist only in the two-dimensional plane. The third dimensional is imperfect and will never be pure enough to sate those with high caliber tastes, like me. Secondly, a good waifu possesses the demeanor of a delicate purbeast. They must attend to your every mental need without compliment or resistance. Thirdly, they have to print well on the body pillow. If they do not meet any of those requirements, they are shit tier.
I'm sorry I asked.
I can see you're not getting me.
No, I think I get it just fine.
Don't worry, your low blood think pan simply isn't prepared for such an extremely advanced subject. Let me provide you with a quintessential example of a bad waifuism, so you know what to avoid. Any member of the Hatch to Dance. In fact, as a group, they stand as perhaps some of the clearest example of what irreparably solace a waifu.
What?
Objection! Objection! This is absurd! I don't want to talk about boy bands.
Overruled. I want to see where he going with this one.
Let's start from the top. The indigo blood. Honors. Perhaps the most tragic of the lot. His pectoral development is magnificent, and yet This is somehow his downfall. A tragic case of putting one's eggs all in one basket. There's simply nothing more to note about his person. Abysmal dancing prowess, remedial singing ability.
What?
And to be honest, he's what we're in business called a butterface.
Sir, I must respectfully ask. 1, do you have eyes?
Then the cerulean bird, Kimani.
No. Stop.
A beautiful and skilled singer, I'll admit. But his rival quotient is severely diminished by his sluttiness attributes. Kimani is simply a revolting slattern. Just from looking at him, you can tell he consorts with many more trolls than he has quadrants. The group bucket. Truly, it disgusts me to even think about this one.
You're being so mean.
I can't believe this.
A teal blood, Tiegon. As a teal myself, I find him particularly offensive. First of all, to waste our blood casts boundless intellectual ability on being a little dancing man is a shame, no matter how impressive his step might be. Second, I can't help but feel he is crippling my brand by wearing the hat all the time. It's personal. Third, he never responded to my challenge to a duel. A rank coward.
I think I'm gonna pass out.
And there's the Jade Blood rapper, Actius.
Oh no! Not Actius!
What I can say but, those shoes. Good troll lord, those shoes.
I've got to agree with him on this one.
No, the first lies are dope as shit.
Jiraiya, please. Actius has the fashion sense of a dumpster goblin, and he's simply a complete dumbass.
What?
Would you stop trying to brag that you know him?
What? Believe me, there's nothing I feel about my acquaintance with Actius that even vaguely resembles pride. Just hearing his name makes my gastric sac churn.
Sorry to interrupt your little slap fight, but I believe that it is I who is conducting the vicious roast here, not you.
My apologies. Please continue.
Lastly, there's Vestry, the olive blood. Him, I admit, his diminutive stature and impish demeanor, his grub-like yet seductive feature that belie the maturity of beyond his sweeps, his icy manner that conceals a tender inner core he reveals to only his most trusted allies. Ah, were he not but in possession of one dimension too many. In the end, he too is consigned to the ranks of three-dimensional pig disgusting.
I am going to kill you.
This is so trite. Why does this matter? Why are you all screaming?
Hatched to dance are beautiful, sinless idols, and I can't stand to hear this bastard talk about them this way.
Their posters are all over the walls of our cabins. They're probably the leading cause of fights in the cloisters, Uwu.
There are only so many people in the cloisters to pale with until you've got to turn to idolatry for something new, I guess. Plus, I don't have to look Actius in the eye every day for the next sweep after I'm done.
If you ever had, you wouldn't want to.
Shut the fuck up, Lank.
Am I the only one who doesn't care about these boys?
Sorry, Stels. Can't say they're to my taste personally, but I can objectively acknowledge that Hatched to Dance is a perfectly serviceable suite of waifus.
Objection!
No, you can't object. You're on the stand. There are rules we must follow. Your honourable tyranny, sir, I must request we move on from this completely pointless and irrelevant tangent and get back to the trial.
Wait, hold the phone. I think I want to hear more about this Vestra guy.
No!
Oh.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to trick this guy.
In that case, can I read you a passage from this book? Go ahead and tell me if you recognize it.
This is beneath me, but I'll do it for the dramatics.
Okay, here we go. The sultry, joint-legged blonde beast meandered up to her brood leader, Gunstar, her hips swaying back and forth. Her chest was covered in the rainbow smears of her fresh kills, of which there were many. She dropped to her knees before him, her hands clasped in prayer, begging for redemption. Oh, my Starbrood, how could you have abandoned me like this? I must be taken on your nightly hunt, ejaculated the blonde. I must prove myself before the moon spirit, or my mate's sword stain will be culled. Sound familiar?
Of course it's familiar. Obviously, this is a passage from the profane text in question.
Objection! If you really knew about the Rainbow Emotion Saga, you would know the scene I just read was from a totally different novel. You've just been duped by Soldier Purbeast Volume 16, The Great Sweet Beast Hunt.
Huh.
Yeah, Soldier Purbeast is a totally different genre, too. I think he might be lying about knowing all this cool contraband stuff.
Shut your grub, you quivering normie bitch!
Okay.
I am many things. I am handsome, I am hardcore, and I'm indescribably badass, but I am no liar.
All right, clap, clap. Good show, guys and gals. Glad this is all settled now. Can we all agree to get this man off the stand?
Did you not hear me? I am many things, but I am no liar. I didn't claim the passage of the text was from the Rainbow Drinker novel. I said it was from the profane text in question. That could have meant anything. I was telling the truth.
Yes, we all heard you. Now please leave before you make an even bigger fool of yourself.
No, I refuse to leave. Don't you understand? I did it. I stole the book from the locker. It was the coolest thing I've ever done, and I looked like an absolute fucking badass as I stepped through the shadows and sniped the forbidden novel like a shown anti-hero theft I am. And I read it. Oh yes, I read it. Because my brain is the size of a fucking planet, and both sides of it are in the shadow. I am the dark side. I am the darkness.
Huh? Oh, jeez.
All right. I think we've had enough fun for the day. Let's end this flop session and...
Are you listening to me? I said I did it. I'm guilty. I'm guilty.
Fucking bother, my buddy. This be some juicy confession.
Fine, if you're so committed to getting cold, I may have to oblige you. But since I'm so nice, I'll give you one more chance to back out before calling the case.
Why would I back off?
Ugh. Gosh, this trial is a total bust.
Hold it. There's a crucial piece of evidence that's been overlooked.
Oh, I'm sorry, I must have missed something.
No, it's cool. It's just some insider info I have. Tagiri, would you hand me your sword?
This blade is my life, my body, my soul.
Yeah, just hand it over or I petition his honorable tyranny to acquire it for me.
I don't want it to leave my side.
Hand it over, Big Bud. She knows what's up.
Here.
Thanks. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I have before me the katana our witness claims to have used to steal the contraband item from Miss Ursuma's locker. Now pay close attention. I will draw this sword from its sheath and slice my hand off at the wrist. Surely, if the blade were sharp enough to cut metal, it would be sharp enough to cut through bone, even with my sad little bookworm muscles applying the force. Shing.
Stop!
Honeybee, what are you doing?
Odysseus, no, you need both hands so you can hold things. Oh, it's totally dull.
Not even a paper cut?
See? No matter how hard I slice myself with it, it fails to cut through even the thinnest part of my wrist.
Tegiri, this sword is nothing but a cheap knockoff. I think you got this at Troll Spencer's Gifts.
No, there must be a mistake.
Alright, somebody pull him off the stand before he has a fainting spell.
You got it.
Wait, but if Tagiri's sword didn't cut the lock, then what did?
Like I said before, this foolish diversion we've already identified the high-quality nail file found in Daria's locker.
And that nail file is Daria's.
Well,
Tear her apart already.
Now here's a girl who knows what's up. I'm calling on her to attest.
Oh, wait! Before Lynera steps to the stand, I have something really important to say. Hello, everyone. Oh, wow. It's a little scary to be up here in front of all of you. Especially since I have a terrible, dramatic secret that will change the whole course of the trial.
What sort of terrible, dramatic secret, dear?
It really hurts to do this, Suwu. I'm close to breaking down. My blood pressure aches. but I cannot stand by and do nothing. You see, in order to protect poor, sweet, innocent Daraya, I must present a piece of evidence that might implicate another one of my precious friends. I have before me Lynera's secret diary!
Her what now? Lynera has a secret diary?
Excuse me? How dare you? How did you even know about that?
You always write in it during our lessons when you think I'm not paying attention. Anyway, contained within are detailed dates and times that prove Daraya could not have stolen any part of the Rainbow Emotion Saga. Ooh.
Pass over the diary, sweetheart, and let the auditores scrutinize the documents.
The relevant timeline starts on page 406. I bookmarked it for you, Ooh.
Oh yes, I see. This is an incredibly detailed account of where each J-Blood was during the theft. All parties are accounted for, excluding Lynera, of course.
Don't keep it to yourself, sis. Share the hot goss.
Of course I will. Now, read aloud the appropriate passage concerning the accused. And then, Daraya had to go toddle off to the Blue Blood car to hit on someone, like the slut she is. She claimed she was just getting a midday snack for 20 whole minutes at 3:30. Someone needs to cull her already. She's such a who makes my tremble. I wish she'd just disappear. I wish a contrived series of events would happen in order to excommunicate her from our commune.
What is all that? And how are you making that noise with your mouth?
Oh, Lynera censors her diary with nail polish. Ooh.
That seems counterproductive.
I didn't write any of that. Okay, I maybe wrote some of it. Most of it. But not all of it.
If this is all true, I think it disqualifies Jiraiya from being the culprit since she was getting a snack during the theft.
Yeah, sure. A snack, lol.
Well, this is an exciting development. Thank you very much for sharing this piece of evidence, my dear. Is there anything else you would like to present before the court?
No, that's all. I hope it clears some things up. Ooh.
Well, this was extremely helpful. We will have to call Daraya up to the stand before I can confirm or deny anything within this journal.
Wait, I'd like to look at the diary before we go any further. There might be some important details inside. I want to call a recess.
A recess? But we are at the most exciting part of the trial.
I don't know. I could use an intermission. The anticipation gets y'all loomed up for the main event.
Lynera's secret diary is pretty incriminating. Every single jade is accounted for during the theft except for her. And she's certainly got a motive and probably could have broken the law, but something doesn't feel right about this.
How so?
I don't know. I can't really put my finger on it.
Yeah, me neither. Maybe it's because you've got nothing to cross-reference. Like, we are relying on this one piece of evidence alone.
If this journal is the only truth you have, then you've got to believe in it.
But what if it's not the whole truth?
Then you must discover more of your truth. If something feels wrong, it's your duty to investigate further and cull your uncertainty before it grows into a monster.
I see. The helpful hints, the winks and nudges to elbow us in the right direction, your extensive notes on the case. Tisius, you know what's really going on, don't you?
Wait, what? How'd you get my notes?
We traded them for flashlight batteries.
What the fuck's a fleshlight? Whatever, yeah, I know who did what and who was where, but if you have my notes, you can just read them, right?
Actually, your handwriting is so bad we can't figure out what they say. Except for that one page with fanfiction on it.
So what, you think I'll just up and tell you who did it? Hell no. I'm running an experiment and I'm going to see it through to the end without contaminating the results.
Ugh, this is so unfair.
But since you went through the trouble of sleuthing out my trial diary, I suppose I can tell you if you're on the right track. Present 2 pieces of evidence to me that prove someone committed a crime. And I'll tell you how right you are.
Take that!
Ding ding, you got it. Now for the tricky part. Who committed the crime?
Take that!
You sure about that one, pal? Why do you think that?
Take that!
I put forward before the court this boy band magazine.
Well, well.
Ha! You weren't expecting that, were you?
I was actually employing a well-known interlocutory device, but whatever. Explain your logic.
Zephyros, boy jade bloods are really rare, right?
Yeah? I'm pretty sure. I've never met one in real life before.
Torona said that one of the members of that boy band, H2D, is a male jade, and someone's planning to kill him. Or cull him for pop star crimes.
And?
It doesn't actually seem that anybody here actually cares that much about what's in the Rainbow Emotion saga. It sounds like almost everybody here has already read it, and it actually isn't that bad or controversial. So whoever stole it probably didn't actually do it because they were just dying to read it, but instead to just cause exactly what's happening right now, making everybody fight and argue and get mad at each other. In other words, a diversion. Stay with me here. Okay, so where is the train going?
Jivik Week?
Exactly. And what's happening there?
Just get on with it, sweetheart. Not all of us have all night.
H2D is the headlining act of the festival, right? So if somebody knew that H2D was going to be there and that they might be down one boy jade blood, and if that person happened to also be a boy jade blood who really, really wanted to get out of his church cave or whatever, well, what a perfect opportunity.
Well, that'd be an incredibly ridiculous and convoluted solution to that particular problem.
Yeah. But I still think that I'm right.
Well, alright. This took a hell of a turn. If you're so certain about it, why don't you go confront him?
I'll go do just that. Lank, you're the one who stole the book, aren't you?
Interesting theory. Is there a reason you believe this?
Well, I noticed that you're headed for Jivik Week, where H2D happens to be playing, and...
I'm sorry, actually, but if you're going to be making such radical accusations, I'd really like the chance to argue my case in private first. Will you come with me to talk? Alone?
Okay.
Alright. So why do you believe I'm the culprit?
Okay, so... I think that you stole the book for the express purpose of causing the kind of chaos that's happening right now. I think you wanted your cloister to be as unstable as possible so that when you all made it to Jivik Week, no one would notice when you ran off. Didn't you mention that you knew one of the members? It'd be easy for you to get access, wouldn't it?
Huh. What exactly do you think is my end game?
People keep talking about that male jade blood who's going to be culled. You want to replace him, don't you? I think you really don't want to be a space nun, and it sounds like joining a pop group is about one of the only ways you could change your fate on this planet. So, am I right?
Well, it's a pretty good guess. Not the whole truth, but close enough. Good work.
Ha! So you admit it.
I suppose I do.
Then you'll come back and admit it in front of the judge, too?
About that.
Huh?
I'm sure you can surmise how doing that would throw a real wrench in my plans, so,
Well, whether you admit it or not, I'm gonna testify to the court about what I know.
Are you now?
Who committed the crime?
Take that!
It was Wanchi.
Explain.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm really confident in my accusation, guys. I want to make sure everyone hears it. Can we start the trial up again?
Hell yeah, we can. Go wreck some shit.
Hi everyone, thanks for returning to court on such short notice. Oh geez, they're all looking at me. I hope I can pull this off.
This had better be good. That recess was like 5 minutes max.
I'd like to call Wanchi back up to the stand, please.
Your wish is my command, Joe.
Is there a problem, Miss Legislacerator?
A big problem, Miss Wanchi. You see, I've discovered something unscrupulous.
Oh dear. I hope none of my precious friends turned out to be guilty. Ooh.
Your friends? Guilty? No. You're the guilty one, Wanchi.
Me? But what have I done?
You framed one of your fellow Jades is what you've done.
What a ridiculous claim! This delicate sweetheart couldn't even frame a picture.
Excuse me? This is a serious accusation, and I'm prepared to defend it. Wanchi stole Lynera's diary, falsified the contents within, and presented it to the court to make Lynera look guilty. She wanted Lynera to be convicted. She wanted everyone to know Lynera hated Daria and that Lynera wanted Daria to disappear. But Wanchi made it all up.
Oh, please. You cannot possibly prove any of this. Lynera's journal is very clear on the matter.
Don't you see? Wanchi altered Lynera's journal, and she was the only one who could do it. We know from the previous testimony that the Jades didn't know Lynera even had a diary. Wanchi was the only person who knew about the existence of it, and also the only person who knew Lynera censored random words with nail polish. Which is super weird, but whatever. All of you were shocked when she presented it before the court, and Lynera treated it as a fact that random passages were blocked out with a black polish. But Lynera also said she didn't write everything presented in the passage you read, Stelsa. Which means some of it was made up. So all signs point to a frame job perpetrated by Wanchi. Okay.
With all due respect, your accusation is wrong. I'm not capable of hurting any of my beloved friends, Uwu. I'm perfectly innocent.
Objection. As much as the witness may try to deny her guilt, I have irrefutable proof of her crime. I have a sample of her handwriting.
Is that from my slow burn Soldier Purpose fanfic journal?
If you compare the page I presented here to Lynera's diary, you can see the striking similarities in penmanship. The swoopy loops on the funny curly letters don't match up with the rest of the entries in the diary, but they do match up with Wanchi's own notebook page.
Wow, where did you get that page?
It was in Tizius's notes.
Where did Tizius get that?
Uwu? I guess you caught me. You're right. I wrote fake stuff in Lynera's diary and slathered some extra nail polish in it to make it look like she wanted to shove Daria off a train. Uwu. Sorry for lying, everyone.
Wanchi? How could you?
How dare you?
You're admitting to it? Just like that?
Well, yeah. I did it after all. Uwu? I had enough fun. I might as well give it up before anyone gets killed.
Wait, killed?
I thought my plan was pretty clever. I'm surprised you found me out. Uwu?
Wanchi? You are in for a very thorough scolding once we return home. You will experience 1. Limited access to the Soldier Purpose books in our library. 2. No desserts for a perigee. 3. A very long timeout.
Boo.
And confiscate her hatched denchmich too.
Now, that's just too far.
Are you kidding? She tried to call me.
Ah, wait. What is even happening here?
Just some dull interpersonal drama.
I'm getting fucking sleepy with all this plagiarism shit. Lol.
Yeah, I gotta say, this is a pretty dumb conclusion. I thought the climax would be way more exciting.
Conclusion, but we still don't know who stole the book.
No, wait, Joey, please don't try and argue.
Nevertheless, I believe my experiment has run its course. Particularly if His Honorable Tyranny and most of the court wants to tune out before anyone gets cold. Should we call it a day, Honorable Tyranny?
Yeah, we done so. What's the formal jargon for the closing ceremony?
How about we call it a mistrial?
Mistrial called. Well, let's get out of here.
Nice.
What do you mean, mistrial? There was no hemofluid spilled. How am I supposed to be satisfied by this?
Babe, if you need satisfaction, I can provide plenty of that later.
Oh dear, well, I can't argue with that, I suppose.
Fucking yuck.
What are you guys talking about?
Gosh, what a wild ride with an anticlimactic ending. I feel like we all learned something important today. I can't tangibly define what said lesson is, but I'm sure it's critical to our personal development in some way.
Don't stress, Stels. I'll teach you everything you need to know with the longest, hardest lecture you've ever received.
In front of the other passengers? Why, Zizi, you're giving me a case of the vapors.
Wow, I wish I got convicted so I didn't have to listen to this shit. Shush, Daria, you don't wish that at all. I'm certain you are as glad as I am that everything worked out impossibly well. Now we can be a happy, complacent cloister once again. Friends forever!
Best of fucking friends!
Literally call me. This is the worst possible outcome.
Seconded.
You know what? Same.
Thanks all for participating in my test trial, and a special hats off to His Honorable Tyranny for running the ring.
Yeah, Zuck's nobody got guiltied. Okay, later, my buddies. Thanks for the memories. As for you, my little peppercorn, I'll see you later. There's no reason for us to ever have another conversation.
What a colossal waste of fucking time.
Hey, Lynera?
What do you want? Do you want me to thank you?
No, I guess a thank you would be nice because that's just being polite, but I know that wasn't fun for anybody.
Are you okay?
Not that it's any of your business, but no. How am I supposed to go back to the caverns after learning how much all of my friends hate me?
Lynera, you already knew we hate you. You complain about it literally all the time.
Incredible how sweeps of backstabbing and lies can sour a relationship.
I hate all of you too.
Wanshi, why did you do it?
Gosh, what's an unfair question? Ooh. But the answer is simple, really. You try living with that bitch 26 hours a day.
Whew. Wow. Do you feel that? Here, put your hand on my chest. That's my pusher. I don't know if it's ever gonna go back to normal.
That was quite enough excitement for the entire vacation, I think. Oh, Tysius, what will I do with you?
Phew, that was stressful. I can't wait to leave the planet and spend the rest of my life in a library where I will never talk to another troll unless they're on the other side of an interrogation chamber.
I'm very happy for you. Well, that didn't turn out like I thought it would. First of all, we didn't even solve the book theft. We just hyper-focused on some other random crime. And secondly, who knew that random crime would be an attempted double framing? It's too bad we didn't figure out who the real culprit was.
Yeah, well, maybe it's best you didn't figure it out.
Huh? Tysius, what exactly do you know?
Come back in a sec. I'm getting my think pan in order. Go talk to the others or something.
That was quite the show. There could be something to this radical theory of hers. Besides for the free-to-attend aspect, I, personally, would have charged for the whole performance.
Are you kidding? The justice system isn't some silly theater production. It's for the people.
And the people demand entertainment, yes? Otherwise, what's the point of making the entire spectacle public? It's hypocritical to run a circus and then forbid the audience from buying popcorn.
Don't talk to me. I must retreat to lick my wounds. It's profane for you to gloat over me while I do so.
You really knew everything, huh? Like, the whole time?
Yep.
You knew Wanshi tried to frame Lynera? That Daria didn't do it? That Tagiri is a total moron who tried to make himself out to be a thief for some reason?
Yep.
And I bet you know who really stole the book from the locker.
Mm-hmm. Care to tell us who?
No. Someone who deftly sidesteps the legal system like that deserves the utmost respect, and I won't out them. They drove you all like a herd of woolbeasts. It was rad.
That's pretty corrupt behavior for a lawyer. For all your talk about truth and justice and stuff, why are you protecting a liar?
Because the liar isn't necessarily the one that needs to be punished. The point of the law is not solely to punish the wicked, but rather to keep the tenuous balance of order in society. And with a mistrial, the order was indeed kept. There was no chaos, no fighting, no hurt feelings. But if I revealed the thief, it'd be an entirely different stickball game. If the thief were someone's friend, if they were a cornerstone of the community, and if they were declared guilty, it'd be sheer fucking chaos.
Yeah, but you're not actually presenting the truth then? That's pretty sketchy.
Nothing about the mistrial was a lie. You presented the truth, and only the truth. I made sure of it. There were multiple truths dueling in your case, and the one that maintained the most order rose to the top. And thus, my experiment was a smashing success. If I can recreate this scenario over and over again, maintaining order, allowing each cast to work out their issues through court dramatics, evening out the playing field for all hemocasts, forgetting this guilty until proven innocent garbage, I think that'd be pretty revolutionary, don't you? Thanks for gifting me a veritable boatload of evidence for my law theory, by the way. I'm totally gonna ace my senior sweep legislator thesis now.
You're welcome? I don't think I understand how your thesis is a good thing.
But it's so cool. I never could have imagined that in a million sweeps that the court can maintain order and solve problems.
I guess on this screwed up planet it is a pretty crazy idea. Maybe you could make things better for everyone. I'm glad we could help you in that case, even though you jerked us around for your stupid experiment.
I gotta do what I gotta do.
Good luck changing the world, Theseus.
I'll try my damnedest.
Gosh, that was crazy. I'm really glad to be out of there.
Me too.
I think the worst part about it is it was so unnecessary. All the Jade's infighting and drama and cliquishness led to something really ugly. All of that could have been avoided if they just put on their get-along shirt.
I don't think even a really big shirt could fix all their drama. But maybe if they were more willing to lie down and take it, things would have been better.
No way. Think about Daria. She didn't want to do anything, and she almost got sent to Clown Town because of her inaction.
I guess that's true. Maybe there's no good way to solve their problems at all. Even if they talk it out, it still won't make them like each other, no matter how much they insist they are friends.
Yeah, it's kind of a bad situation all around.
Too bad they're all stuck together in a cave tending to our life-giving ovipositor matriarch, otherwise I'd suggest they leave and make new friends.
Oh? You mean someone in a nasty relationship should get out of that relationship?
Why are you looking at me like that?
Like, if one of your best friends is going behind your back and being mean to you, you should make a new friend.
Yeah?
Come on, Zephyros. You can do it. Connect some dots.
Joey, I think I'd know if I had a best friend who did bad things behind my back. Or called me derogatory names all the time. Or knew every single detail about my life so they could blackmail me. Or forced me to do weird rituals that hurt me. Oh,